What's good, boys? If you don't know me, my name is Sam. I'm 18 years old. I just started college. My real goal is to be a day trader. I've been day trading for about 2 years now, and I cannot take this college thing anymore. Like, I started it, it's been a month now, and it's just been not me. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time every single day. The workload is not that difficult, but I feel like I was made for more. And like I've always had these dreams of being successful, being rich, making money on my own. And my parents have always known that, but logically it just made sense to go to college. I had everything paid for. Everything was taken care of. Barely anything I had to do. Just everything just fell right into its place for me to go to college and move away to a different city, which is like 3 hours away from my parents. And I don't enjoy it. I feel as though my time is just being wasted every single day. And, it sucks because my goal is to be a day trader. My goal is to have a business and make my money myself, not to work for some random corporation, right? And waste the rest of my life working. But I'm at the point where I'm not making any money from anything else. So, I'm not making 10K a month from a business. I'm not making, a bunch of money to where it makes sense for me to drop out of college and my parents would be like, "Oh, okay, you're making money. What do you need college for?" No, I'm at the point where I'm still learning. I'm still discovering, what it takes to be successful. And I feel so trapped. I feel so lost. Like, what am I supposed to do when I don't want to be here, but I have nowhere else to go? Like, I want to move away. I want to get out of college, But like I said, my college is completely paid for. Everything is taken care of. I didn't have to pay a dime. My parents didn't have to pay a dime. So logically, if I would explain that to somebody, it's like, why would you want to leave? Why wouldn't you want to stay there and get your degree, get your education, and not have any debt after college? But it's just not me. Like it's weird because in my mind I'm thinking somebody else would have wished to be in my position, to have not be able to have to pay for college, not have to pay for anything. And it almost feels like disrespectful to somebody else that is struggling to be in college and wants to make it work. But at the end of the day, I have to do what makes sense for me, and what makes sense for me is not being here. Like, I go to class and I see people working on their studies and stuff, and I'm like, that's not the life I want. You work so hard, and most of those people are in debt, and they'll probably be in debt for the rest of their lives, and they're working so hard chasing a grade just so they can prove to their employer that they're worthy of working for them. And it just does not feel right. It feels like I'm chasing something that isn't really there. Like, everyone's working towards something that is not, like, there is no end goal here. There is no real happy ending to getting a degree and working for the rest of their life. And people work so hard to get an A, and it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference for anything. Because at the end of the day, you're still working for somebody else for 40 hours a week for the next 50 years. And that's not the life I want to live. I want to be able to be free. I want to explore the world, enjoy my life every single day. I want to get my parents in a comfortable position to where they don't have to work. They don't have to worry about anything else. And when I'm at the end of my life, I am not going to wish that I stayed in college and did something that I did not enjoy, that I did not want to pursue. I know that for me, there's no way that I'm going to think back, even if I lose everything, even if nothing works out in trading, in business, in anything, how can I be mad at myself for chasing my dreams because I wanted more? You know, like the risk to reward here, it's I don't care what happens. I want to pursue my dreams, and I want to, you know, make it, not necessarily make it out, but like just be successful in my own way. Because, you know, you're taught from a child that basically the only way to be successful is to go and get a college degree and work for somebody else. But at this point, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're sat down in the classroom and you have to sit there all day doing work. You're taught to work in a factory, basically. You're taught to sit there all day, 9 to 5, basically, and work for somebody else. Sit down, do the work you're told, don't speak, and just get it done. That's not what I want. I want to be able to talk however I want. I want to be able to say whatever I want, do whatever I want, go wherever I want. If I don't feel like getting up, I can stay in bed all day. You know, I know there's a different path for me. I know that God has put this in my life for a reason. You know, I don't just have these crazy thoughts just because. And, you know, I've been praying about it. I truly believe that this is what God has planned out for me. He did not want me to, you know, be mediocre. I'm obviously meant for more. All of us are. So if you've been thinking about, you know, changing up your life, doing something different, I encourage you to do it, because you should not have to stick to societal rules just because they told you should. You need to do what is best for yourself. So just take into consideration everything that you've been thinking, because that's what I'm doing. There's just a lot that has to go through that, because, you know, obviously I don't want to go back home and live with my parents. I don't want to go back to my hometown. I feel even more trapped in my hometown. So my only option is go work 40 hours a week and grind until I can actually, you know, make my money from trading, even if it's like $5,000 a month. That's all I really need. But yeah, if I were to drop out, I'm definitely gonna move out. Definitely gonna go get a job, work not basically 9 to 5, and make money. I'll actually have money flowing into my bank account, and then I can like be trading every single day, doing social media, documenting my journey. But I can't sit here and act like I'm living my best life, because it's not enjoyable. I basically feel like a prisoner, basically trapped living somebody else's dream. You know, obviously my parents would love for me to go to college and get a stable job, but I've told them multiple times, like, even when I was younger, I was maybe 13 or 14 years old, I specifically remember telling my mom, I was like, I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't know how that's going to work. I said I'd rather be homeless than work for somebody for the rest of my life. And how can I be comfortable, you know, going in and day out, doing the same thing over and over and over for a company that obviously doesn't care about me? And as soon as I die or I move on, they're just gonna replace me the next day. So how can I put in my full effort towards that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to go where I want. I want to take my parents on vacations. I want my friends. I want to help out my friends. I want to help out everybody I possibly can. Because not everybody has these dreams. Not everybody is crazy enough to think this. You know, I know every single person that's like a day trader or an entrepreneur, there's something like you're mentally wrong with you to where you're just not okay with being mediocre. And I understand not everybody's going to feel like that. Some people just are okay with, you know, putting in minimal effort, getting C's in class, and then going to work some $40,000 a year job. That's fine. But I don't want $40,000 a year. I want $40,000 a month. I want $40,000 a month. I want $100,000 months. I want to be able to do whatever I want, buy whatever I want, go wherever I want, anytime. You know, I've already written it down. I want in the next 5 years, it's it's what, September 20 something, 2025. In the next 5 years, I want a Corvette C8 Z06. I want to buy it in all cash. That's a $150,000 car. That's my dream car. I want to make $100,000 a month. I want my first $100,000 month in the next 5 years. Within the next 2 years, I want a 10K month. But I cannot do that here. I feel like it's just the environment is like we're encouraged to go party, go drink. I don't do any of that. All I want to do is be in my room. All I want to do is work harder to be a better man of God, and make more money. Like, even without the money, all I want to do is work harder in a place that's not this, because it's just so distracting. And like even my professors are like giving us like pep talks and stuff, and it's kind of like they basically say you should be expecting to work for the rest of your life. And like my one professor was like saying how, oh yeah, now you're always going to be working towards A's and B's, but at some point the grades are going to be gone, and all you're going to be doing is focusing on your next paycheck and focusing on how you can please your employer, so you can get like a what is it called, a promotion. And I'm thinking, so the only thing that's going to be going for me in my life is that I'm working to please someone else and just living, just getting by so I can survive off my next paycheck. How is that a goal? How is that something I should be pursuing? Just getting by? I should just want to be mediocre? I should just want to struggle for the rest of my life? Like, most people can't even retire nowadays, especially with how expensive everything is. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to live like how everyone else is. I can't do it. Like, for the past 2 years, I have been obsessed every single day. Like, I cannot take it. It's like my mind is racing every day. All I want to do is be successful, and all I'm going to do is try to do that. I don't care what happens. Like, I need to get out of this. And I hope I can look back at this video one day and be glad. But right now, it doesn't make any sense. It's so confusing. Like, I know I want to leave, but I know that there's no straightforward path from here. I'm going to keep trading. I'm going to maybe start up a business. I did my pressure washing business in the summer. I'm going to start an online business somehow. I'm going to keep doing social media. I'm going to document my entire journey. I don't care what happens. I will escape this. I'm not gonna get sucked into the trap. During the first weeks of class, I kind of got like relaxed. I was so used to going to the gym at 5 a.m. every day. And then I kind of got relaxed. I went to a party. I didn't drink, of course. I would never drink or do any of that. But I went to a party, and then like maybe a week and a half ago, I realized, what am I doing? Like, I genuinely started to like enjoy the normalness of my life, because for the past 2 years I've been like grinding. I just wanted like to escape, but then it's like I got the normalcy, and it's so comfortable. It's so easy to get like comfortable and relaxed in that situation. But I don't want to be relaxed. Not now. I can relax when I'm rich, when I'm set, when I'm making $1 million a year, whenever I have $1 million in my bank account saved up, whenever I have 5 houses, whenever I have 5 sources of income. What am I doing relaxing now? I'm in the prime of my life. I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to work 40 hours a week. I'm going to get a job. I need to get a job. I have to fund myself somehow. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to move out of here. I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to trade every morning. I'm going to make my videos, and I'm going to make it out of this. I promise. There's no way I can be sucked into this 9-to-5 nonsense. There's no way. I can't do it. It's not for me. Somebody else can have it. Somebody else is going to do it, and I pray for everyone else that they find enjoyment in their own life, but I can't do it, and it's just not for me. So hopefully this video might give you a little bit of clarity if you've been thinking about dropping out. But that's really how my mindset has been. I appreciate y'all watching my little rant. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out soon, get out of here as soon as possible. I'm going live on TikTok every single day, documenting every single trade I take, no matter what. So thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.